My beautiful friends, I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to come on and do a reading because I'm leaving tomorrow for my trip, and I wanted to come on and do one last reading before I left. I'm really going to miss you guys. I'm feeling a little emotional about it. I did do a bunch of readings, which we'll be posting while I'm away. So it'll be like I'm still here, and I'll be checking in on my comment section. I felt called to do a check-in though, a divine feminine, divine masculine check-in before I went away. So I'm not sure what this reading is going to uncover, but I can tell you kind of what I'm feeling. First of all, I've got some phoenix energy happening while I was meditating for this reading. So you could be going through a phoenix moment or phoenixing. I also have a leaky eye, which can be symbolic of needing to release something, or you are releasing something. So maybe you're trying to release the outcome here, or you're trying to release control over this situation, maybe even release this person. I'm also picking up on a lot of anxiety, blocked throat chakra. I'm picking up on a lot of anxiety currently, so I'm not sure if that's your anxiety or your person's. Usually twin flames, there's some mirroring, so you could both be experiencing that. And my nose is running, so you could be dealing with a runner. Surprise, surprise. So we're going to start with this deck. We're going to start by looking at your energy, divine feminine. We have liberation. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. So you could be transitioning. That liberation makes me think of the phoenix as well. So Spirit, today we're looking at, this is going to be about the both of you, but then we're going to look at you individually, and I'm going to do you first, and then we'll do your person. So we're tapping into the divine feminine collective. Just keep in mind, I channel... Yes! Just keep in mind, I channel different collectives, so don't take it personally if I'm not picking up on yours. The Phoenix! Yes! I knew it. I could feel it. I felt like I was on fire. So you could be having rushes or flashes of heat, and I'm not talking about hot flashes like menopause, okay? And actually, that can happen when you're breaking cycles. So we have the Phoenix. New phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, changed mind. Love it. My little phoenixes. So let's get into this. So what do we need to know for this collective? But bottom of the deck being the phoenix, that's good. So what do, the runner, I knew it. The runner. So runner, fear of intimacy. Well, these two came out together. And the phoenix. So your runner could be phoenixing into a more stable energy. The runner, fear of intimacy, listening to ego. And then we have the palm tree, stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, flexibility. So it feels like your person is phoenixing from the runner to stability, which would be more divine masculine energy. That's good. That means my nose is going to stop running. Oh my. All right. All right, so let's keep going. Those two came out together, like stuck together, so those belong together. Let's see what else is going on here. Coffin, heart with a key. So coffin, so there is a transition happening. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. That's good. What are you? We have the chaser. This is magical. Look at this. These two came out together. So you are liberating yourself from chasing. You're phoenixing out of chasing energy, and your person is phoenixing out of runner energy into more stability. That's amazing. That's amazing. Growth, change. You're changing your chaser ways. While I'm away, I'm posting a reading about shadows. And I put in the title, runners and chasers might want to watch this. And I feel like you need to watch that. Because yesterday, you know how I'm always saying like we villainize these attachment styles? And sometimes you see the runner villainized. The fear of abandonment wound. Was it the fear of abandonment? I'm just going to read it to you really quickly. Abandonment wound, which is where the runner energy comes from and the chaser energy comes from. The runner runs because they become attached and they fear being abandoned, so they abandon before they can be abandoned. And the chaser chases because they have a fear of abandonment. So listen to this. Abandonment leaves an imprint, a whisper in the mind that says, if I was truly worthy, they would have stayed. It convinces you that your belonging is conditional, that love must be earned, and that rejection is proof of your unworthiness. But this is an illusion. The deepest wound is not that someone left. It is a belief that their departure determined your value. When you free yourself from seeking external validation, from measuring your worth by who chooses you or does not choose you, something profound happens. The fear dissolves. You stop chasing approval and start standing in your own presence. You realize that the love you've been searching for has been within you all along. And I always say that. The love that you're chasing from this runner is within you. And this person isn't running from you, they're running from themselves. So, an abandonment wound, a deep, persistent fear of being left behind, forgotten, or deemed unworthy of love and connection. This wound manifests as an intense sensitivity to rejection, a constant need for reassurance, an underlying belief that people will eventually leave the runner. Relationships may feel like emotional battlefields where any distance, physical or emotional, triggers panic, insecurity, or a desperate need to cling, chaser energy. There may be patterns of self-sabotage, pushing people away before they can leave first, or an unconscious attraction to emotionally unavailable partners. Physically, this wound can show up as tension in the chest, a lump in the throat, or sudden waves of anxiety, and that's exactly what I was feeling when I started this reading. Over time, abandonment can lead to chronic loneliness, deep distrust of others, and an inability to feel truly safe in relationships. Watch for patterns of overgiving, people-pleasing, or staying in unhealthy situations out of fear of being alone. And that's why we talk so much about self-love and turning your energy inward. Amazing. That's beautiful. So you're both transitioning out of runner and chaser energy. And you know what I say, the feminine needs to transition out of chaser energy before the runner will transition out of runner energy. All right. Let's get a few more. We have heart with the key. So you could both be realizing that you hold a key to each other's heart. Beautiful. We'll just get a couple more because I'm getting a good idea of what's happening here. It's a period of transition where you're both evolving out of these energies, the phoenix. All right. 1. Can I get another one? I just heard, can I get a Hoya? Or whatever it is. All right. 2 it is. We have keys on a ring coming out for runner. So this person, you could have felt like they were stringing you along, or they could have made you feel like an option. And we have wedding ring, soul connection. Soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. So I feel like you and this person have a soul contract here, but they could have made you feel like an option. One more. Don't stop believing just started playing on my phone. We have addiction. So one of the blockages here could have been addiction, unhealthy patterns, like anxious attachment, anxious avoidant, codependency. And this is what you guys are transitioning out of. You're both going through a transition. Them into more stability, you growing and evolving out of this chaser energy. So this is good. There's growth here. I like it. Blocked throat chakra. So I'm going to get you, my beautiful friend, an animal card. You know how I love them. So there could have been, chasers can lack boundaries. This card talks about lacking boundaries. So there could have been a lack of boundaries here. Like maybe you didn't know how to set boundaries, because sometimes chasers have a hard time setting boundaries because they're afraid if they set a boundary, they'll be abandoned. Maybe you set a boundary and this person ran. Sometimes runners have a hard time with boundaries. And the octopus talks about it can lead to a messy connection. So this could have been quite a messy connection. We have the cosmic egg. That is beautiful. Something is completing. Maybe your chasing days are over. I like that. Very spiritual card. All right, so I'm just going to grab the book and we're going to get you an animal card. So show me and we're going to do you first. We're going to get all your cards first. So the Divine Feminine, show me the Divine Feminine's energy. You could be going through an awakening right now. We have the Spider. So you could be earth energy, you could be trying to ground, you could be working on your foundation, you could be working on your soul purpose, or you could be focused on work. We have the Horse. That's beautiful. So you could be focusing on meditation right now. You could be focusing on strength training or physical stamina, working out, but free-spirited. You could be tapping into your intuition here, following your calling, your inner calling. But the Horse never gives up. Very free-spirited energy. Never gives up, achieves anything it puts its mind to. Beautiful. So maybe this is what you're transitioning into. Expansive energy and force, momentum, freedom. It provides you with momentum so reliable, so supportive that you can ride on its back towards any goal, no matter how difficult the terrain. A Horse personality is fully awakened, and the cosmic egg was on the bottom. So I feel like you are fully awakened to this connection, to what it means, to what you have to do, your soul purpose, evolving into the Divine Feminine. Fully awakened, fully alive, and cannot be defeated. The Horse's freedom becomes available to us when we hone and collect our energy through daily practice. Physical stamina, exercise, and mental focus, meditation, are the secret weapons behind the Horse's legacy. Achieves anything, never gives up. Beautiful. That's beautiful. And I'm just going to look at the Spider really quick. I'm actually going to get you another card. Oh, the Spider's right before it in the book. Creator of prosperity through life's work. So you could be working on your mission. So you're working on yourself financially and spiritually. It is hard work, but the tire, are you changing a tire? But the Spider neither tires nor becomes impatient. This card reminds us that creativity is everywhere. Be process-oriented rather than results-oriented. So very important. Right now, you're not focused on the results. You're releasing. Remember I said releasing. You are releasing the result of this, and you are focusing on the process. And I always say this journey is not about union. It's not about your other person. So I feel like you're trying to release this runner. This journey is about the journey into yourself, into your highest self. It's about your mission. It's about coming into inner union with yourself. So you are very focused financially and spiritually, perhaps through your life's work, your life's purpose. And you're being process oriented rather than results oriented. Beautiful. Soon your work becomes like the weaving of a magical, priceless tapestry. Is that how you say that? Abundance will follow. 1984, 1985 could be symbolic. What was the horse on? 1986, 1987 could be symbolic. Beautiful, my friend. Yes, you're transitioning into this. I love it. Again, divine feminines, you have a mission. I'm not going to stop saying it. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I have to say it. The cobra is about a pause, and it's about when the lesson is ready to be learned, the teacher appears. It's also giving me Hierophant energy. So being a teacher to others, life's work, helping people learn lessons. Beautiful. This is beautiful. Let's see one more for you. The deer! You. Queen of Pentacles energy, so you could be focused on your career right now or your finances, but this is about patience. It's about gentleness. Very feminine energy. So I feel like you're releasing this runner in a sense that you're focused on yourself right now. More earth energy. It was all earth energy, so you're grounding in your energy. The deer, loving, intuitive, graceful, the mother. So you could be a parent. Feminine aspects of earth energy. Fully present, nurturing, and calm. So you could also be nurturing yourself or reparenting yourself. Their inner beauty radiates and a sense of grace calms the room. A deer personality affects others in this way, drawing them towards a quiet tenderness. The deer card may appear when a birth or celebration of new life draws near, or when a situation calls for absolute gentleness and compassion, which means releasing resentment and anger. When in balance, receptive, compassionate, nurturing, to bring into balance nature and children. Beautiful! That's beautiful. All right, so I'm going to leave those there so I can look at them because they're so nice. Let's get a few cards out of this deck to see how you're doing. The Divine Feminine. The Phoenix. The Divine Feminine. Show me the Divine Feminine. Show me the Divine Feminine. Are you heeding the inner call? Are you heeding your soul's purpose? Divine Feminine. High Priestess. Beautiful. All right. You could be taking inspired action towards your mission. We have the Owl, sees through the facade. Wise, aware, observant, insight, know what's going on. It's giving me High Priestess energy, and you had High Priestess come out, so you could be trying to listen to your inner wisdom. You could see through. You know, I always talk about that black and white thinking of they're just a runner, they're just this, they just suck. The fact that I read that to you, you could be seeing through that black and white thinking. We have the element of air. It's developing. Intellectual, idealistic, communicative, curious, attentive, bright ideas, gathering information, mental acuity, clever. We have the Elephant. Beautiful. Gentle, lucid dreams. Keep your whips wits about you, powerful, wise, trust, easily remove. Step away from their stories and focus on your mission is what I'm hearing. Focus on yourself. Go work out. The Divine Feminine. Let's see the Divine Feminine's energy. The Divine Feminine. All right, I'm going to take, those didn't want to come out, but these two do, and I'm taking them. All right. The Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine. All right. So, these are the ones that came out. So, we have intimacy, intensity, and passion. So it feels like you felt a lot of intimacy, intensity with them, and passion. That, you know, that is what happens between counterparts. We have rejection. You could still feel a physical connection even though you're in separation. I can't really show these cards that much because of YouTube, but you could still feel, you know, an intimate connection with them. Maybe you experience, like maybe you've been having intimate dreams about them, or, you know, maybe you're having, I can't believe I'm going to say this, maybe you're being activated in some way, and as you're healing, you could be having, I can't believe I'm about to say this, you could be having fanny flutters, but anyway. We also have names, so you could be seeing their name everywhere. We have the name Lyd, Oliver, Jacob, something Bella, Emma, Daniel, Claire, Clark. We have an HE name here. My kids are being loud. So you could be seeing their names everywhere, or their name everywhere. But these two, the intimacy, intensity, and the passion came out with rejection. So even though you felt this passion with them, even though you felt this intense bond with them, they could have rejected you. And you could be going over that right now in separation. We do have separation here. Oh, interesting. We have Dark Night of the Soul. That surprises me. I feel like you've probably already been through a dark night of the soul. Maybe you're going through another one, or maybe you're going through a really intense awakening. Dark night of the soul, like releasing your ego. You know what? We have mission here, so I'm going to talk about it. So working on your mission, but if what happened to me, it felt different than a dark night of the soul for me. But you could have went through your dark night of the soul after this person rejected you and you went into separation where nothing was making sense. Your world felt chaotic. After, you know, experiencing this intimate bond with them, this intense bond with them, this passionate thing with them. But what I'm hearing is what happened to me. I didn't think of it as a dark night of the soul until just now. But when I was feeling called to go towards my mission, and I tell you guys this all the time, I was ignoring. I wasn't heeding that inner calling. I wasn't paying attention to my intuition. And my ego was like, no, you can't do that. Nobody will watch you. You don't know enough. You're inexperienced. Don't start your channel. And what happened to me, now that I'm thinking about it, and I tell you guys this all the time, I experienced tower after tower until I started my mission. So once I had that calling whispering at me from my higher self, from the divine, from spirit, whatever you resonate with, I was ignoring it. Kind of like the way I'm always telling you to go after your mission. I just kept ignoring it out of fear, and I kept, you know, plugging along in my life. And then all of a sudden, not my internal world, which happened during my dark night of the soul, but my external world, I had like what felt like this, just like chaos everywhere. My whole world got turned upside down. And I had no choice but to start my mission. So that could be going on for some of you, I'm hearing. But let's just see. I want to get a card for this passion and intimacy thing. We have confusion, codependently attached. So you could have, been with someone. No, we're talking about you and your divine masculine, your counterpart. So you could have felt this very intense bond, almost like an addiction, right? You could have become codependently attached because it was so intense. This person, and it could have confused you. It could have confused you. Why couldn't you just give it up? Why couldn't you just move on? I hear divine feminines or twin flames say that all the time. Like, in the past, I got over this person quickly. Why do I still think about them? Also, this person could have been like hot and cold, Knight of Wands, with intimacy and softness and warmth, like that hot and cold. I talk about the slot machine thing. So this could have caused you a lot of like mental confusion or cognitive dissonance, because when somebody's being hot and cold with you, and this is confirming these two cards, when someone is being hot and cold with you and they're just giving you enough warmth to, so that you see a little warmth, but then they're being cold with you, like 3 times out of 5, they're being cold with you, and then 2 times out of 5, there's a little bit of warmth there. It can cause addiction. It can cause you to get addicted to the push and pull dynamic, and it really causes you confusion, and it can make you feel like you're imagining things and going crazy. So these are the cards confirming the intimacy and passion. It could have also confused you of like, why can't I forget about this person? Why did I feel this intense chemistry with them? I feel like that's what you're releasing though, because we had that addiction card and we have you transitioning out of chaser energy, out of codependency. Let me look at rejection. We have mirroring. So think about it. I just read you that fear of abandonment and how it shows up in runners and how it shows up in chasers. And I'm hearing mirroring this person. You could be realizing, because I tell you this all the time, this person wasn't rejecting you. They were rejecting what you were mirroring back to them. And you could have been rejecting what they were mirroring back to you. They weren't running from you, they were running from their own reflection. Just like the love that you were chasing, the love that you were giving them that was being mirrored back to you, not their love towards you, but the love that you were giving them, I feel like it was meant to teach you the love you were chasing was actually within you. Make sense? I want to get one for your mission in the dark, time and space. So you probably also needed time and space to reflect and heal from this rejection wound. Again, when this person rejected you, it wasn't about you, it was about them. And it was meant to mirror back to you your wound of abandonment and possibly why you chase. Hopefully that makes sense. Mission. 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 Destiny. It's your destiny. Well, we have red thread bond here. So, by working on your mission, first of all, it's at the end of your red thread. I'm hearing it's meant to be, whatever your dream is, whatever your mission is. But also, that's part of the divine feminine's journey, is to find their mission. So I feel like it actually helps this person. We have age gaps, so there could be an age gap difference between you, or maybe your, mission. Maybe you're meant to help twin flames who, hang on. The elephant, easily removes obstacles, telepathy, supportive. So obstacles could be being removed from your path right now. We have judgment, total transformation, heed the call of your mission, your life's purpose, renewal, surrender. So surrendering to your life's purpose, surrendering this to the divine. Awakening, rebirth, clean slate, fundamental changes, clearing and purging, clearing that chaser energy. Lots of self-evaluation with judgment. We have the book. You could be taking a course, or you could be working on a book, writing a book, or you could be reading a lot. Oh, we did this before. So grab a book and turn to page 26. And you can close your eyes and point to part of the page. I wonder what animal's on page 26. Shall we look? Oh, there's no animal on page 26. There's no animal on page 26. There is fire energy though. 26. So in the animal book, fire signs, and I'm going to read it to you. The creatures of the fire element lead us towards change. They represent the ego and challenge us to become our best selves. Although these cards appear more frequently when conflict or discomfort is present, you had all earth energy. The heat they emit is the elixir of our transformation. So you're going through a transformation. It's a time of action and change. It's all in the name of growth. You'll look back on it in awe of all that was accomplished. When all else fails, remember fire is the only thing that transforms darkness into light. So you are transforming darkness into light. Beautiful. So mystery, philosophy, intellectual knowledge, education, secrets, the unknown, manuscripts, author. You could be being called to write a book. We have the star, wishes do come true. Peace, miracles, dreams. So you could be going after your dreams. You could be hopeful that you could accomplish your dreams. You know what I'm going to tell you? You can accomplish your dreams. You're not given dreams for no reason. Inspiration, so you could be feeling very inspired to go after your dreams right now. You could be spending time looking at the stars. We have the High Priestess, the space between inner and outer worlds, inner knowing, trusting your intuition, dreams, past life knowledge, secrets, intuition, silent, guarded, which means you aren't chasing. High Priestess, divine feminine energy, the energy of a light worker. We have the Fool, so you could be feeling called to take action towards, like, to stop chasing things that run, but to take action towards your dreams, towards writing a book, towards removing obstacles, towards self-evaluation, towards your calling. Opportunity, jump in, embrace the unknown. Free spirit, the horse, just do it. Just do it. Original, be original. I always talk about that. Individuality, technology, innovation, rebel without a cause. That could be a symbolic movie. We have head of the pack. Yes. Successful, competition, drive, get it done, lead, persistence, will to win, motivated. And this also reminds me of, like, you know how we always say the divine feminine leads the way, and I mentioned it with the chaser energy. And then we have the albatross, a good omen, calm, monogamy, stanima, or baggage, burdens, feeling cursed. So that's another thing, like, you could be transitioning out of the mindset, like, why me? You know, this journey is not for the faint of heart. It's a very powerful journey. And it's a powerful moment when you move from, why did this happen to me? Why me? Why me? Why me? Feeling cursed, to, you know, feeling calm about it and being thankful for what it's teaching you. Anyway, let's just get a few more. The Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine, please. Empress energy. You have the High Priestess and the Empress. You work on your mission if you're not already. I feel like a lot of you are already working on your mission. All right. We have the Chariot. So you're moving into alignment. You're taking control of your life, releasing the reins on this, right? Gentle, conservative feeling, nurturing. I don't think you're in these energies. I think this is what you're transitioning out of. The reversal would be like resist change, defensive. I don't think that's you. That's not coming out in this energy. So I feel like that could be what you're transitioning out of. The Celtic knot. I always say the twin flame journey is like a labyrinth, right? So unconditional love for yourself, unconditional love for your counterpart, releasing resentment. It doesn't mean putting up with bad behavior. Legendary, divine union, eternal love, infinity, enduring, connected, love of a lifetime. The Empress. Attraction and attractiveness in ourselves and others. Beautiful. Grace, charm, beauty, love, relationships, art, magnetism, abundance, pleasure, happiness, divine feminine energy. Good job, you. We have the Broom. That's good. You're removing anything that no longer aligns. Remove unwanted stuff. So you could be removing unwanted stuff in your house. Purging, a clean sweep, total makeover, clean up, restoring harmony. This was unavoidable. So you're removing anything that no longer aligns. You're cleaning up your energy. You're cleaning up your home. Whatever it is, you're like, runner, you don't align, get out of here. I'm not chasing you. You could have also, maybe you got a makeover recently, or maybe you are working on like working out, because that horse card talked about working out. People could think you got a makeover, but it could just be your energy shining through. We have True North, life path. Take action towards your life path. If you haven't, and you've been kind of, afraid to take that leap of faith, just start. Just start somewhere. Start that channel. Start that Instagram. Start that TikTok. Start that book. I'm hearing baby steps. So I also did a mission reading for when I'm away, so that'll be posted next week. But you have to start somewhere. And instead of thinking like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, or oh, I don't have enough together to start doing one thing every day towards your life path, towards your mission. What is your soul calling you to do? True North, discovery, life path, seeking truth, direction, find your way, know where you're going. Maybe you're taking a trip. We have new beginnings, the Coffin card. Beautiful. New beginnings, maybe your soul's mission away from your muggle job. Or this new beginning as a version of your higher self that's not chasing. Beginnings, innocent, brand new, creativity. So you could be focusing on your creativity. If you're worried about being inexperienced, you know what I'm going to say about that? Everybody starts somewhere and you can grow as you go. I felt inexperienced when I started my channel. Anyway, beautiful. Beautiful. All right, let's keep going. We're just going to go right through these cards for you. So let's get these cards. I still got the horsey and the deer here. So let's shuffle. Telepathy. You could feel your person's energy. All right, so the Divine Feminine. Let's see what the Divine Feminine is up to. I hope you're not spying. Don't be spying. Don't step away from the computer, step away from that Instagram, step away from their stories. Get away. The name Melissa. The name Melissa or Anne could be symbolic. But step into your power. It's given me that divine masculine energy, not your person, you, the Emperor, about stepping into your power. My book is upside down. 46. 40, 40, 46. Maybe you are 46. It's fun up here. You, listen. Listen to me now. Isis Crown. Are you listening to me? Open your ear holes. You are powerful. You are worthy. You are sovereign. It's time to remember your worth. Drawing this card invites you to take your place in the starring role of your life. You are the main character. You're given main character energy right now. There is no need to play small here. You are being granted permission to display your strengths for all to see at this time. Embrace your divinity. Show the world your gifts. You can help people. Your mission. What if I need your help? What if your mission has something that will teach me something? I want to know. It does no service for you to hide your gifts. Drawing this card can also indicate that it's a time for you to call your power back from any situation where it may have been taken or given away. Like chasing, giving your energy away to someone who's running. There's heavy mission energy in this reading, my divine feminine. Like, I don't even want to look at your person. I'm just like, let's not even look at them. Ground yourself. Let's move on. All right, tarot. Tarot. The Hierophant, the Ace of Wands, taking action towards your mission. This can also be about being a mentor to others, your spiritual gifts. Come on now. Also spiritual awakening, soul contract, Taurus energy. All right. I'm getting high vibrations in your energy. I don't know if you're feeling them yet, but I feel them. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So maybe you've been slowly trying to work towards your mission. Where's my book? Hang on. Excuse my reach. I'm getting up close and personal. Knight of Pentacles. Let's look at it. I want to see what advice you need. Not that this is about, I wasn't getting a card of advice, but Knight of Pentacles is about slow and steady. Knight of Pentacles. It represents hard work, a methodical approach, and routine. If you are currently midway through a project, this is a reminder to remain consistent and committed to your goals. It's about focus and drive, slow and steady. Slow but steady progress will lead you to success. Your diligent and hard work will be well paid. So, mission. It's also, to me, a card of entrepreneurship. Okay. Show me the Divine Feminine's energy. This is just an energy check. We have the Four of Swords, ready to act. Re-entering the world. The world is ready to see you. Awakening, so you could have been through an awakening. Recovery, ready to act. We have the Lovers here. But you're not ready. Don't be chasing them. I wouldn't be saying like ready to act towards them. That's not what I mean. I just need to adjust my chair. There we go. All right. For those of you wondering about Wally, I had a nice little visit with Wally last night. He's so happy in the basement. He loves my son so much. I just don't have the heart to take him back. Anyway. Four of Swords, recovery, awakening, re-entering the world, release from isolation. Oh, maybe you need to take a vacation if you're feeling burnt out. It says taking a vacation. But I want to see the Lovers is on the bottom. I want to see what that means for career. I have love memorized, not career. You could be having conflict at work right now, conflict with colleagues. That could be a sign that it's time to exit. Where am I going here? Choices about career. You must start making up your mind what you find important and unimportant about life. You should be as true to yourself as you can be, so you will be genuine and authentic to the people who are around you. And that's what I say about your mission. And even divine feminines, it's important for you to be your authentic self. But with your mission, it's especially important because you're meant to call in certain people that are connected to you on a soul level, right? So if you're out there pretending to be somebody else, shining to the world that you're somebody else, you're going to attract in the wrong people, not your soul tribe. Like if I sat here and pretended I was someone else, you wouldn't be here right now. Make sense? All right, so let's get your energy. The Four of Swords in reverse. So something in you is ready to act and re-enter the world. We can't isolate ourselves forever, so this could be a call to stop isolating yourself. Your energy, divine feminine. Divine feminine. Queen of Swords, being your authentic self. Independence, intelligence, honesty, fair, clear boundaries, direct communication. Standing your ground. So you could have boundaries up right now. I'm hearing Princess Bride again. Stand your ground. Challenge, perseverance. Maybe you're worried about the opinions of others when you speak your truth, but I'm definitely getting boundaries. So you could have boundaries up with your person, that is a lesson of the divine feminines. And I talked about you could have been lacking boundaries, fear of putting up boundaries because you were afraid that they would leave you or abandon you. We have the Queen of Wands. That is like light worker energy, shining your light. Confidence, independence, social butterfly. What's that like? Creative, self-assured, passionate, determination, charisma, vivacious, optimistic. That's, that's shining your light. That's creativity. That's your connection to spirit. The Queen of Wands is very connected to spirit. And the Queen of Swords. So whatever you're creating, authentic, honest voice. Also, knowing your worth and having boundaries. Not just with this person, with other people in your lives, your coworkers, for example. Glow up energy. Glow up energy. I love it. Confident, self-assured, passionate, determined. I already read that. Confidence, independence, and courage. This card symbolizes the growth that takes place along the journey to becoming a strong and self-assured person. So you're transitioning into this if you're not already there. Determination and passion at work, inspiring or leading others. What is your advice? What is your advice? I'm seeing the light seers where there's a bubble around her. So maybe you've been like in a little bubble, right? In hermit energy. The Four of Swords does talk about re-entering the world, so maybe it's time to like put yourself out there into the spotlight, right? Step into your power, let others see you shine. What in the heck? A sound just started playing about how your clock is ticking, and I'm holding the age gap card. Anyway, maybe your mission, you know, maybe you're of the mindset that you're too old to go after your mission. We're never too old to go after our dreams. There's like, let's normalize going after our dreams at any age. There could be an age gap between you. If you are, you know, maybe your mission, this is kind of out there, but maybe your mission is to help counterparts who have a significant age gap. I've heard that's the hardest, that can be one of the hardest obstacles to get over. I just feel like there's something here about you're meant to be going after your mission. And you're not too old to go after your mission, is what I'm hearing. We can go after our mission at any age. I want to get Dark Night of the Soul. Dark Night of the Soul. Ghosted. So I feel like this Dark Night of the Soul, it could have to do with your mission. Things could be being removed from your life. But I feel like possibly you went through a Dark Night of the Soul after this person rejected you or ghosted you. And that's, you know, a lot of the times that's when it happens for the feminine, when the masculine runs. And we have cleansing and clearing karma, and you had the broom. So this Dark Night of the Soul, whatever being removed from your life, or things that are ghosting out of your energy, they're meant to be cleared here. And clearly this person ghosting you was meant to heal something within you as well. All right, I'm just going to get a few from that other deck. I'm going to miss you guys. I'm not going to have an outlet for all of my spiritual magicalness when I'm there. Traveling with muggles. Those damn muggles. I'm going to be around Harry Potter stuff, and I'm going to be like, look at all these muggles wishing they were magical. Anyway, I'm taking a tarot deck with me, so what I might do is every now and again I might post a tarot card for you or something. Who knows? Maybe I'll sit down for a quick tarot-only reading while I'm there. Get my fix of my spiritual friends, my besties. So, I'm just going to get a few of these. That's weird. These got left behind. Separation and names. So clearly you're seeing this person's name everywhere. It gets obnoxious, Spirit. It gets obnoxious. It does happen. I'm just going to straight on shuffle these. Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine. Yeah! You could be having fanny flutters. All right. I like it. So I'm just going to take the ones that came out. We have Crown Chakra Awakening. Consciousness, higher self, divine connection. Pay attention if you're having sensations on the top of your head. This is something I didn't know. I just thought like my headphones were hurting my head or something, or like my head just got sunburned. But recently I discovered it's like your crown chakra tingling. So if you ever are thinking about something and you feel the top of your head tingling or it feels sunburned, that's a download, is what I'm hearing. But crown chakra is opening. You're going through a crown chakra awakening. Trust in your divinity. Trust in your intuition. The more power you give it, the more you trust it, the more powerful it becomes. Okay? We have an awakening, spiritual enlightenment, kundalini, which is why I said maybe you are experiencing like some funny flutters. I can't believe I said that 3 times. So you're going through some sort of awakening, and we don't just go through one awakening, we go through many. Beautiful. You're going through an upgrade. We do have missing you, so clearly you still think about this person, but you could be talking to the moon. You could be releasing it to the moon. You could be very called to like spend time with the moon or look at the moon, stare at the moon, sit outside underneath the moon, your divine feminine energy. It does say you are reminiscing and missing them though, and that's okay. It's bound to happen. Let's not beat ourselves up over that. We have change, transformation, 555. Let go of that cocoon. Spread those wings and fly. Mr. Crow agrees. Let go of that old version of yourself. Let go of that muggle job. Let go of that chaser energy. Spread those wings and fly. Transform into that higher self. Stop doubting yourself. People think we're nuts. I think they're nuts. Self-love. Kind self-talk, body appreciation, union with self. Coming into inner union. Your mission and inner union. If you're not already focusing on it, that's what you're supposed to be focusing on. But the fact that I'm channeling this means I'm channeling a collective that understands that. This is what you're evolving into. Mr. Crow says, good job. I speak Crow now. All right, I'm going to get a couple more. Let's get a couple more for the divine feminine. Divine feminine, water. So you could be feeling emotional. Freedom, the horse. Inner freedom, releasing the shackles of doubt. Stop saying you're delusional. I spent a long time saying I was delusional. It's not being delusional. Embrace your freedom. You know, to me, this card is also about, it says young, wild, and free. It's reminding me of that horse, but it's also about how freeing it is to release those chains of codependency, to release those unhealthy attachment styles, to be your authentic self. Right? Kids aren't, well, until they're conditioned and programmed and get into school, in my opinion, or are traumatized, they're not afraid to be their wild and young, free selves. I'm seeing Phoebe running through the park in Friends where she's like, that's not running, this is. And Rachel's like, because she's worried about what people think. It's so freeing to be your authentic self. So embracing your authentic self. And water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. All right. I'm actually surprised Divine Feminine didn't come out, but it came out twice in this deck. Came out twice, Empress and High Priestess. So evolving into the Divine Feminine is what I'm hearing. You know what? Let's just get one card of advice from you from this deck. Divinity. Magic. Divinity. Love it. Step into your have the courage to step onto your divine path or into your divinity. I can't even believe that I used to I'm just seeing my old self who was afraid to step into my divinity. Anyway, let's get a card for the Divine Feminine. What do you need to know? Divine Feminine, what is your advice? What is your advice? Divine Feminine. Power. Step into your power. Grounded. You're already grounding yourself. You've got earth cards up the wazoo. Power. All right. What is your advice? What should you focus on? I just heard just keep doing what you're doing. What should you focus on? The Empress. Divine Feminine energy. The Lovers. New job, new opportunity, new manifestation, stability. So you're supposed to be focusing on your stability right now, on new opportunities, perhaps a new job. Mission. I wonder how many people I've triggered to click off. We do have the Lovers, but focus on your own happiness, focus on your own harmony, on aligning to your higher self, on your family, on the connections that supply you love and support or reciprocate love and support. Focus on your fulfillment, your emotional stability, and your domestic joy. And take your focus off this runner. Take your focus off that runner. I think you already have, but don't focus on the delays or the frustrations or this runner. Focus on the consistent things in your life. Be like, if they were inconsistent, be that consistent person for yourself. You know, work on your mission consistently. Self-care consistently. One thing every day for self-love consistently. Working out consistently. Do you get it? And take your focus off that runner. Get out of here. Creation of life, abundance, fertility, divine feminine energy. Focus on yourself. I do not chase, I attract. Divine feminine energy, self-love, trusting your intuition, releasing control where you don't really have control, tending to your own garden and attracting in what you're meant to attract in. You don't have to chase anything. Care and nurturing, Mother Earth, grounding yourself. Beautiful. So focus on being this Empress. Now I feel like I have to get you something. Hang on. I paused it on 222. Look up angel number 222. What does it mean? Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine. Nurturing yourself and nurturing the connections like your children, your family, your friends, right? Patience, caring, acceptance, trust, going with the flow, harmony with natural cycles, communal cooperation, healing, a connection to nature, and a more circular, organic way of getting things done. So there's also something here about getting things done. Intuition, especially the decision to use and trust it more. Nobody's going to confirm your intuition. I mean, we can, readers and things that happen to you, like, but nobody's going to come to you and say, like, you are a highly intuitive being. You should focus on your intuition. That's not true. I say that to you. Never mind. I take it back. You are a highly intuitive being and you should trust your intuition. Someone is going to say it. But even small little intuitive downloads that happen, pay attention to those things. You know, you can do, I saw a thing recently where they're teaching kids somewhere overseas, they're teaching kids to build and strengthen their intuition. And they had all these kids blindfolded. I think I've mentioned this before. And they blindfolded all the kids and they do intuitive exercises. So all the kids are blindfolded and then the teacher draws a picture on the board. My kids are so loud right now. They're having a good time though. They draw a picture on the board and then they tell the kids, with your blindfold on, draw what you think the teacher drew on the board. And all these kids are drawing the image that's on the board. It's like a muscle. You got to work it. You got to trust in it. I saw another one where they were teaching kids how to work with energy. So they had these paper things on a pin standing up, kind of like, it almost looked like a windmill or something, like, you know, those things you blow on. And they were teaching kids how to use energy to move this little piece of paper. And I've seen Naked by Moon, Bree, she does it with a candle, how you can like move the candle with your energy. Anyway, just intuition is real. Intuition is real, and we've been taught to only believe what we can see and what makes logical sense, right? Intuition is real. Trust your intuition. Anyway, so the decision to use it and trust it is also extremely important in the feminine realm and feminine approach to life. These qualities are not always highly valued in our society. Isn't that the truth? You may have been brought up learning to discard or distrust them. So the feminine way, being patient and caring, is not about giving all the time and finishing up exhausted yourself. Sorry, my kids are being so loud. It's about having faith in the fact that the universe can and guide you if you allow it. And the universe will take care of you. That's my belief now. It took me a while to believe it, but the universe has never let me down. Let's see. Make a commitment to trust, listen, and act upon your intuition more today and every day. I drew this card for you, but this reader has drawn this card for you because your heart and intuition are calling you, urging you to trust your feminine energy more and more. So, recognize your own power, my divine feminine. You have divine feminine all over your reading. It's all over. Not that way. It's all over these cards. And what is the Empress for career? Let's have a look. Creative period at work. So you could be feeling very creative right now. And where's that creative energy going if you're not channeling it into anything? Okay? Now, I'm going to shuffle all these decks and I'll be back to look at your person. I better go pick up that runner off the floor. Learning to listen to their intuition. I think it's more so about you being on their mind. We do have the Lovers. So talkative, adaptable, mental, intellectual, changeable. But anyway, I feel like this person is in their head about you. Look at that. Lovers and energy, Gemini. We have the Chariot. So you're both aligning, or not aligning. You're both moving forward here. There's progress. Remember obstacles being removed. Gentle, conservative, feeling, nurturing, defensive. I didn't say this for you. Defensive, resist change, self-protective, contemplative. So I do feel like that applies to your person. We have ball and chain here. So guidance system, detour, safe passage, warning. This is the Lighthouse. Came out with ball and chain. Navigating obstacles. So they're overcoming this. Remember the addiction card came out, which unhealthy attachments can include avoidant or runner energy. But heavy, weighed down, codependency, restrictions, addictions, emotional baggage. So right now they're overcoming obstacles in those areas. They're releasing some of this heavy weight. We also have take inspired action, and that's giving me the Firefly because they're feeling inspired to awaken, inspire maybe to take action towards you. But if you don't grab onto it, it burns out quickly. So there's like an ignition in them, or an igniting in them that's flashing the Firefly. And they need to kind of grab onto it. Anyway, we do have Gaia, Mother Earth. Inner identity, so they could be having a look at their inner identity. Grounded, purpose, experiencing duality, inner versus outer worlds, polar opposites, fertility, practicality, center of everything, balance. They could be working on their balance right now. We have the process of arrival step by step. So stepping stones. So they're like taking these small little steps. Baby steps. Oh, it says baby steps. What about Bob? Baby steps. Baby step around the office. Spiritual growth and progress, but it's happening in baby steps. Every time that firefly flashes, it's like one more little baby step. Baby step. Baby step. The track, steady forward movement, going the distance. I think I can, on track. So there is movement happening here, but I'm seeing the Knight of Pentacles. It's slow moving, baby steps. So they're slowly taking steps in the right direction. They're being divinely guided. The cross is on the bottom, so divine guidance. And when you release the reins of the chariot, the divine takes hold, is what I'm hearing. Your person, their current energy. I'm going to have to go charge my phone for a few minutes. Your person, one more. Your person, the Celtic knot, the Emperor. Well, that's good. The Emperor, independent, aggressive, active, energetic, leader, impatient, combative, naive, assertive, pioneer, initiator. So I feel like they're being called to step into more of their masculine energy. But we also have the Empress. So balance, the Gaia card. So balancing feminine and masculine energies, not having one overpower the other. We have the Celtic knot. Unconditional love, legendary, divine union, eternal love, infinity, enduring, connected love of a lifetime. I feel like they feel that with you. I feel like they're thinking about you. Stand alone, the Tower. So they're standing alone right now, probably isolating. There's ego, so they could be struggling with some ego here. But guidance from up above, I'm hearing. New beginnings, fresh set goals and intentions, coming alive, growth, new cycle. So they're entering a new cycle and they're being called to, yes, spring into action. Interesting. Social media, are they watching you maybe? There's networking, marketing, internet. They could be online in some way. Social media, publicity, exposure. They could be feeling inspired to post things on social media. And then we have the tree, grounding, working on their stability. The palm tree, remember? This is what they're transitioning into. Grounded, fertility, lineage, health, vitality, roots, personal growth, past lives, evolving connection to source. And then actually we have the letter on the bottom, which it didn't come out, but it's right there. So it feels like this person thinking about what they want to say to you, but that's also the Seven of Swords. So I feel like right now they're kind of, remember the crocodile? They're kind of not taking any action towards you. All right. Well, that's good. There's personal growth, stability, balancing of divine feminine, divine masculine energies, releasing codependency, releasing the things that keep them weighed down. Those are all good. All right. I'm going to go charge my phone for a few minutes. I'll be right back. All right. Divine masculine. Let's look at their energy. Well, I shuffled and we have the sea serpent, healing emotional wounds. And what does that runner talk about? Fear of intimacy, fear of emotional intimacy, listening to ego. And we have the phoenix. So that is interesting. The only word I know. So healing some emotional wounds and phoenix energy, which we did see, working on their stability, their growth, their endurance. We saw that in the black deck. So here comes the anxiety. The energy difference is when I channel can be night and day. I was just in your energy feeling like, woo! Your person's energy, the divine masculine. What energy is this divine masculine in? Okay, so look, the elephant. Remember you had the elephant in the other one. So removing obstacles. And look, they still hold a flame for you. So they're removing obstacles in their life right now, and the destroyer of obstacles. But this card also talks about, if we're off course, the elephant puts obstacles in our place. So right now this person is working through obstacles. They've also got the firefly, which means they're feeling inspired to change. They're feeling inspired. They're like, the awakening is starting to happen. They're getting these little bursts of awakening energy, but they need to hold on to it. They need to like surrender to that awakening. Let me see. The firefly is also about illumination, soul spark energy, you know, realizing that there's someone exceptional, that you're someone exceptional, I'm hearing. Air energy, so there could be a lot of, I don't know, there could be a lot of mental activity happening. Yeah, this high frequency charge cannot be sustained for long. Therefore, the Firefly card indicates a moment of inspiration or awakening that quickly fades if we don't catch it. So this awakening is starting to flicker here, and they need to catch it. Writes creates brainstorms. So this person could be writing a lot, or they could be being called to create. Being called to, you know, remove some of these obstacles. Some of these obstacles could be being illuminated to them right now. Let's get another one. Your person's energy. One more. We have the peacock. That surprises me. We have the bee and the fish. Okay, so this person, the fish makes total sense with the energy of the firefly, because that firefly, the cosmic egg, is underneath the peacock. So there is this flicker of awakening. And the fish talks about someone who can kind of like get distracted. So this person could be, you know, feeling the call to awaken and then getting easily distracted. They are working on their stability here. We've got the bee. So this is someone who is working on their stability, probably working on their career, maybe even their abundance. Remember the palm tree card. Now, you could know that this person overworks. They could get their validation from working. Or they could be very focused on their career right now. This is someone who, when they overwork, they can get quite cranky and like snap at others. I feel like this is what they're trying to, this is what's being illuminated to them right now. This is where they're headed with the fish. Like maybe this person starts awakening, working on their stability, and then they get distracted by something, right? But this is what I feel like they're heading towards, you know? Peacock energy, advanced acceptance of the self and others. So accepting their self, accepting their own emotional wounds, on their way to awakening. They're getting these little flashes of awakening. But then maybe they distract themselves with work, or they get distracted by, you know, going out with drinking or something. So Spirit's really trying to wake this person up is what I'm hearing. I want to get one more. We have fire. No, we have earth. No. What is wrong with me? We have air, and water. There we go. One more. One more for the divine masculine. We have the gazelle and the crocodile. So right now this person is holding back. They are collecting their energy, collecting their thoughts, so that their next action comes from a place of power. They could be watching you. The song Rolling in the Deep could be symbolic. You knew I was going to say it. And we have the gazelle. So the gazelle is sitting. The gazelle is no longer running. Just wanted to say that. This person could be heightened awareness. They're often hyper aware of their surroundings, bordering on hypervigilant. So this could be someone who's like hypersensitive. They could know how to read energy or pick up on energy. They could be an artist. They could have a racing mind right now. That's what I was trying to get at with the air energy. So when this card appears, it's time to get back to the present moment. Sit down, find your breath. So this person is being guided to like sit in stillness, especially with this crocodile. Resting, submerging, collecting energy, cooling off. Wise, patient, a silent powerhouse. When out of balance, feels stuck or lashes out. So this person could have projected onto you or lashed out at you. Now is the time to turn inward. It's not the time for decisions, actions, or discussions. It's a time to wait. It's not about lying around hoping that life's challenges will disappear. It means intentionally withdrawing, gathering our awareness, observing, and building up energy. All right, so that's what your person is doing right now. And we also have the cosmic egg, which is about the truth. And this card even talks about you can't chase this person to see the truth. It needs quiet, withdrawal. This person could have made excuses for subpar behavior. Also, the panther is here, which means there's tower moments. Elephant, they're overcoming these tower moments. But anything that's not aligned with them is being removed. This is like the tower. And remember your energy, there is mirroring here because your energy, you got the broom. So you could be willingly purging things out of your energy. But when we're not willing to purge things out of our energy, they're removed by the panther or by spirit or Archangel Michael, divine intervention. All right, so your person, let's get a few cards from this deck. I'm just going to cut it one more time. I did shuffle it. Your person's energy. Your person's energy. Navigating obstacles, that's good. Navigating obstacles. Navigate, they've got the Chariot, just like you did. They've also got a card that's very similar to the Firefly, the Lovers. Okay, so if they're not a feminine, you're on their mind, okay? If they're not in a feminine body and you're in a feminine body, then you're on their mind. This is also about them embracing their more feminine energy, so more nurturing. All right, I've charged my phone a little. I felt a little drained after getting into your person's energy, I'm not gonna lie. All right, kind of like my phone battery. So here comes the anxiety again. So maybe your person is dealing with anxiety. All right, so what is going on with this person? Your divine masculine. Let's see their energy. Interesting. Divine masculine's energy. We have you inspire me on the bottom. So clearly you are inspiring them. We have clearing and healing karma. So they're also clearing and healing karma as well. Clearing and healing running energy. But it takes time, is what I'm hearing. And we have confusion. Clearing and healing some of their confusing energy, perhaps, or some of their confusion about this connection. I'm going to confirm these. Clearing and healing, but that came out with runner. So I'm going to put those together. Clearing and healing, runner and confusion. Clearing and healing, clearing and healing. Transformation. So they are going through a transformation right now. Age gap. So there must be an age gap between you, and that could have been what they were running from. We have transformation. So they're in the middle of this transformation, transforming out of runner energy. And remember the fish. So I feel like they're still working on things here. Right person, wrong time. So they could even be feeling clearing and healing confusion over the age gap. Transformation can also be confusing. We talked about dark night of the soul. I'm a little confused sitting in your person's energy. Right person, wrong time. So they could be clearing out the confusion that if this was meant to be, wouldn't it have worked out? Show me the divine masculine. All of a sudden, I'm like really confused. So I feel like they're still healing some of this confusion. Egypt could be symbolic. Time and space. So they still need time and space here. Ancient Egypt could be symbolic. Or Egypt, but they still need time and space here. Mirroring. So I feel like they are mirroring you, but I feel like this person still needs time and space to reflect on some of these things. And I'm feeling anxiety all of a sudden. What are they mirroring? Let's look at that. Taking time and space to look at what you were reflecting back to them, what they were running away from, their own reflection. Remember? What are they mirroring? What are they mirroring? Twin flame, balancing divine feminine, divine masculine energy. You had all that divine feminine energy, and the card of advice was to step into your power, remember? Into your divine masculine energy. Separation. So they feel this separation too. And it feels like you're both trying to balance your feminine and masculine energies here. We also have 3, 2, 1 action. So you could be feeling like you want to hear from this person. This person could be feeling inspired to reach out to you with the firefly, but that it's not the right time. There still needs to be more time and space, especially for this person I'm hearing. I feel like completely different in their energy than I did in yours. Like it's just very confusing. Let's get this deck. Divine masculine. Divine masculine. What are they? Divine masculine. Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So I feel like they're being called to ground in their energy too right now. They could be spending a lot of time outside. Wisdom, knowledge, intuitive seeker. So I feel like this person needs to tap into their inner wisdom. Matrix, realize. So they're having realizations or seeing through the matrix, seeing through mother wounds. Healing mother wounds, releasing and clearing mother wounds. Their mother could have told them to doubt their intuition. Maybe they doubt their inner wisdom. I'm completely confused in your person's energy. I feel like up here for your person is just like a little bit messy. Healing mother wounds. That's good. Maybe you reflected back to them something about their mother wounds. Or maybe they didn't have like a nurturing mother, and then when you tried to nurture them, it triggered their mother wounds. Let's just get letting go of mother wounds. One more. Letting go of mother wound. Cleansing and clearing, letting go of mother wounds. Cleansing and clearing their heart chakra. And to me, that's, I know intuition comes from your third eye, but to me, intuition also comes from in here. So like listening to what their heart says rather than what their mind says. Fate, written in the stars, blueprint. So I feel like they do feel like this is a fated connection. I'm also hearing they could be under the energy, if it's meant to be, it'll happen. That it was the right person but the wrong time. Bottom line is I feel this person needs more time and space. They're confusing me. They're confusing me. I didn't shuffle this one, so let's shuffle this one. New life, Emperor energy. I'm confused. Death. So they are going through some sort of transition, some sort of rebirth. Death. What do we need to know about this divine masculine? I don't know why, but I know why. It's their energy. What do we need to know about this divine masculine? Peace is taking over my mind. Affirmation just popped down, almost like spirit was answering me. So right now, this person, peace is trying to take over their mind, but they're still struggling with some like mental confusion. Because I feel very confused being in their energy. Like it's... and anxious. Divine masculine, what do we need to know? Truth. Truth. 25. And we have grounded again. So this person needs to ground themselves. That's what this feels like. It feels very ungrounded. And you came out with all that grounded energy, so you could be feeling called to ground your energy to kind of help this person, mirroring, right? We have 22 and 25, if that's symbolic to you. 22, have you been feeling spacey, confused, or unable to focus? Drawing this card means your energy is scattered, or you are not fully connected to your body. Time to reconnect with your physical body and your connection with the earth. Meditation, being outdoors, movement. What are you doing? We talked about this for you. You're in the energy of the horse. So it's almost like, I always say, the feminine leads the way. So everything you're working on is what this person needs to be embodying. Confused, spacey. That's exactly the energy that I'm picking up on here. So they need to anchor down in this energy. They're too much in their head. That they can't hold on to that inspiration, right? They got cleansing and healing and clearing twice though. So that is good, but I feel like sometimes they're getting very confused. Anyway, oh my gosh. So a truth will come to light. Your feelings regarding a situation you're asking about are true. Stand by your personal truth no matter what. So no matter what other people think, no matter what their head and their ego are telling them, they're being called to listen to their inner truth that comes from the heart. Listen to their authentic self. This person has so much they need to express. And it's interesting because it's saying be more authentic if you want clarity regarding a person or a situation. That's you. And it feels like, or maybe their mother, but it feels like this is a time to let your authentic self shine. And they have so much to express. And what are you being called to do? Let yourself shine. What advice do you need about this person? That's what I want to see. I got one for your journey. I want to see, there could be people that like influence them, like get in their head, cause confusion, especially if there's an age gap. I want to see what advice you need about this, because this is confusing me. What advice do you need about this person? What advice do you need about this person right now? Time. It needs more time and space. That's exactly what I said. For the divine feminine, divine masculine energies to balance. It needs more time. Exactly what I said. That's your advice. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. So on the bottom we have veiled. All is not being revealed at this time about this person. Okay? They're holding back parts of themselves, or they're holding back from you. This card is inviting you to be more protective with your energy, so boundaries. Draw another card for clarity in your next action. Next action, give it time. Give it time. 41. And you know, it's giving me Emperor and Magician energy. So it's going to take more time for this person to evolve into their divine masculine and communicate with you. So even if they were to reach out right now, they'd still be holding back from you, not being their authentic self. Divine timing is everything. You are not stuck or headed in the wrong direction. This is your advice about this person. Drawing this asks you to have patience with whatever your current situation is. All will come to pass when the moment is just right. This card can also indicate that something you are waiting for is on the horizon. So this does need more time and space. I feel like if this person talked to you right now, you'd feel like me. Like I feel very confused right now. All right. Let's get tarot and see this person's energy, and we'll see how they're feeling about you. But they need more time. They need more time. We have the Queen of Swords. Boundaries. They could feel apprehensive about approaching you. A truth is coming to light. All right. What is this divine masculine's energy? The Star, healing, cleansing. That's good. We have the Five of Pentacles, so they are overcoming obstacles. They are overcoming obstacles. We have the Knight of Swords on the bottom. Whoa, we have Judgment, the Star, and the Five of Pentacles in reverse for their energy. So they are going through an awakening, or Spirit's trying to awaken them. They are going through self-reflection, judgment, wake-up call, inner calling, self-evaluation, awakening, reckoning. The Star, so they are healing, they are gaining inner clarity, but again, it's like their ego is fighting it. Five of Pentacles in reverse, so they're overcoming obstacles and they are starting to make positive change. Can I get one more for their energy? Knight of Swords on the bottom. Knight of Swords on the bottom can be a bit of an impulsive energy, and they had the 3-2-1 action. So they could be feeling like impulsively taking action, but maybe Spirit stops them for your own protection. One more for their energy. One more for their energy. One more. So we have the Hierophant. So they could be going through, they could be getting education. Their belief systems could be being challenged. They could be going through a spiritual awakening, spiritual lessons. We have the World in reverse. Haven't learned or completed current soul lessons. So there's still soul lessons, the Hierophant, that they need to learn here before this is going to be released to you. The World, feeling unfulfilled, feeling like something is missing, like they took you for granted. There's a lack of closure here, but there's still soul lessons that need to be learned and awakened before they come towards you. Otherwise, it could just confuse you. And we have the Page of Wands, which is kind of giving me that, it's giving me that firefly energy. They're like, Spirit's trying to awaken this person to complete these soul lessons. So more time and space, definitely. How are they feeling about you? How are they feeling about you? This one is confusing me. How are they feeling about you? Death. Transformation, transition, starting anew, big changes. So they feel like there's still things that they need to change, transform before they come towards you. Queen of Swords. So they could be feeling very apprehensive about coming towards you because maybe you have boundaries up. Maybe you said, I know my worth. You could have raised your standards, right? Put down boundaries. Clear boundaries. So I feel like you clearly communicated your boundaries. They feel like you've withdrawn your energy. They could feel like they need more time to reflect on this before releasing themselves from isolation. We have the Page of Pentacles. So they feel like you're very loyal, faithful, ambitious, grounded, a gift. Justice. So they need to come towards you with truth and accountability, or an apology, and balance. My head hurts sitting in this person's energy. What are their intentions towards you? It's like they feel like they need more time and space before they send a message, before they come in with an offer. Like they need more growth. What are their intentions? Ten of Wands in reverse. The Lovers, the Empress. Ten of Swords in reverse. Recovery, regeneration, lessons learned, reconciliation, healing, putting a connection back together. So their intentions are to heal maybe some of these mother wounds, to have happiness with you, to come into union. You know, the shadow of the Lovers can talk about needing to take accountability for something they've been avoiding taking accountability for. And the Ten of Swords is about pulling these painful swords out. Blocked throat chakra. So their intentions, their intentions are to make amends with you, to show you that they've learned a lesson, to take accountability for these painful swords, whatever it was, to create something with you. Maybe have a baby with you to nurture this connection, birth something new here. To come in and be nurturing, not cold. To release, to lighten the load here. To put down the burdens. This could be about healing some of their mother wounds, the baggage, before coming in so that it doesn't affect this connection. Three of Swords, making amends, forgiveness, apologies, emotional and physical healing, reconciliation. Those are their intentions. We're going to look at future action, but I'm not putting a time on it because this needs more time and space. Action that they will take. Action they will take. The Knight of Cups is coming out. So the Hierophant almost came out. We have the Two of Cups and the Knight of Cups and Temperance. So once they have more self-control, once they've healed more, once they're more balanced, they're going to come in calm, wanting to restore balance with you, temperance, wanting to join forces with you, to have unity with you, once they can show you mutual respect, to have an honest and heartfelt conversation with you. Knight of Cups, to negotiate with you, romantic offer to rekindle something. But this needs more time and space. What is your advice about the action, Spirit? Is the Knight of Pentacles going to come out? What is your advice about the action? In time, patience. Six of Cups. So in time, divine timing, there will be a reconnection here, reunion energy, Six of Cups. But it's going to take time. What is your advice about this action, Spirit? What is the advice for the Divine Feminine about this action? Two of Pentacles, High Priestess. So, trust your intuition. I feel like this person they're still juggling things. They're still that confusion, and then the heart chakra, that's cognitive dissonance. That's confusion between the mind and the heart. So right now, if they're in that energy and they come in, that's what it's going to create in you, is cognitive dissonance, and you don't want that. So this is still being balanced. So this is going to take some time. They need to find balance first. So you focus on your wish fulfillment, focus on life abundance, on success. Trust your intuition. Silent and guarded. All right, let's just get a few messages from this person. They hurt my head. I'm serious. Readers pick up on the energy they're channeling. Your energy, I was laughing and woo. This energy, I'm my head hurts, which could also be symbolic of a third eye awakening, tapping into their intuition. I'm just going to get a few out of this deck. What do they want you to know? What do they want you to know? What do they want you to know? Okay. No bottom of the deck, so that's all we're getting. I don't want to talk right now. I need some time and space to think and process my thoughts. Time and space. Your love has changed me. I can never go back to the way things were in the past. So they are changing. Once you turn, they had the changing card, the butterfly. Where is it? Once you change into that butterfly, you can't go back to being the caterpillar. You know that. We are meant to be a power couple and show others how love can truly conquer all. God brought you into my life for a reason. I'm trying to understand the purpose of our connection. So there's still soul lessons that they need to learn. We are mirroring each other, and I am raising my vibration to match yours. I hope so, because your vibration was up here when I was channeling you, and theirs just brought me right into here, right into the mind. I know I don't tell you enough, but I think you are absolutely amazing inside and out. Beautiful. You've changed me for the better. I am breaking generational curses, healing mother wounds, and moving towards you slowly. Time goes by so slowly when you're dealing with the divine masculine. Anyway, I'm gonna miss you guys. I don't want to go. I mean, I do want to go, but I'm gonna miss you guys. You're such an important part of my life, and I know it's not goodbye. I know it's not goodbye. I'm tearing up. I know it's not goodbye. It's just see you in 2 weeks. But I'm gonna miss you. So I get back 2 weeks from today, and I'll probably be here 2 weeks from today to do a little reading to say hello to you. But I hope all of you take care of yourself in the next 2 weeks. I hope all of you find a little bit of peace in your everyday, and just know that I'm thinking about all of you every day. Oh my gosh. What is wrong with me? I'll think of you guys every day that I'm away, and I'll miss you, and I'm happy that I got to do this reading before I went away. So I love you, bestie, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.